Hey guys, welcome back to playing Decorum, Book 2, Chapter 7. It's the night of your engagement ball at Edgewater State. Can you show your guests that you are the true heiress to Edgewater? Heck yeah! Not no Duke. Wonder what's gonna happen this time. We are back at Edgewater for will the time and design the room. Book 2, Chapter 7, Moonlight Deception. A week after a dinner with the Duke, the night of your engagement ball. You are getting ready in your room with bride Miss Parsons. Can't believe this so-called engagement ball is already upon us. Your first official ball as future mistress of Edgewater, and you have to contend with Duke Richards. Not to worry, I'll be there the whole night if you need someone to escape to. You won't even see me if you don't want to. I'll be as elusive as smoke. Edgewater is my estate and I'll not hide. Heck yeah. I am determined not to become a captive in my own home. I will stand up to Duke Richards if he becomes a problem. No matter what happens tonight, just know that I'm here if you need me. We both are. Will you have more of a right to enjoy a party at your estate than Duke Richards does? In fact, all that has given me the most delightful idea. Is it a dress? I would it then. I would enrage the Duke more than being overshadowed at his own ball. Consider his enormous vanity. I can't think of nothing that will vex him even more. As Horace is right, forget about the Duke and make sure everyone else does too. How can I accomplish that? A dress. Well, you can start by looking fabulous. I have just the thing. Sparks fetches her bag and produces a beautiful red gown. I instantly thought of you when I saw it. Would you care to try on? So very bold. You must know we'll give the Duke a second thought if you show up wearing that. I would then. Miss Parson leans in so her lips are mere inches from your ear. You can feel her breath on your skin. Certainly you will look very appealing in it indeed. We're ravishing rude to help you outshine the Duke and for a chance to improve relationships. Honestly, standing out is the last thing I want to do tonight. I'll stick with the old favorite and hoping that Duke Richards finds some other flashy thing to obsess over for the evening. Now that I'm dressed, how else am I to edge out the Duke? There are many other ways to steal Duke Richards' spotlight. Play the gracious host, be kind to all your guests. Okay, easy. We're going to be kind to everybody. So all the talk will be of how Lady Daria threw the best ball Edgewater has ever seen. I'll show Duke Richards what happens when you trifle with the Lady of Edgewater. Shortly thereafter, you, Briar, and Miss Parsons make your way to the ballroom, where guests mill about sipping port and listening to the band play an elegant tune. You only recognize a few faces in the crowd. Duke Richards sees you and breaks into a wide smile. Ah, my beloved bride-to-be, you arrived. You escapes your nose, your grace. Duke draws you to a private corner of the room, then looks over you, his smile turning menacing. I trust you'll be on your best behavior tonight, my lady. Of course. What about you? I have important guests, and I will not have you embarrassing me. Actually, I have guests, as Edgewater is my estate. I don't intend to let you or anyone else forget that. Now, as host, I must fulfill my duty and greet everyone in attendance. Turn your heel and march away from the Duke, surveying the ballroom as you go. Who shall I welcome first? To one side of the room, you see Miss Parsons and Mr. Harper speaking with Viscount Wesley, while Miss Sinclair converses with your grandmother. On the other side, Countess Henriette stands with a man you do not recognize, and Prince Hammy is making a lively hand gesture at Mr. Chambers. Remember to delight your guests you speak to them if you wish to upstage Duke Richards. Let's talk to Prince Hammy and Mr. Chambers, because I want to see what's up with my best friend. Threads of Prince Hammy's conversation with Mr. Chambers and Mr. Conway drift over to you as you approach. Tell me, are the birds of the Ottoman Empire as exotic as I hear? I should think you're asking the wrong pair. To us, the birds in England are exotic. You may have a point. Have you developed an interest in ornithology, sir? Say the word and I shall take you on a tour of the most remote locals and the most stunning specimens. Good evening, gentlemen, your highness. Excellent evening, I will say, now that I'm basking in your presence. Prince Hammy, it has been entirely too long. And Mr. Chambers, I hope Duke Richard is giving you too much trouble. Why ever would you wish to look at birds? No. um, this? He seems to have more important guests to occupy his time, unfortunately. Why, Miss Chambers, which guest could be more important than my faintly spelled savior? It was the least I could do, my lady. No, sir, it wouldn't be prudent to turn down the praise of such a lady. No, I suppose it wouldn't. I wish I could speak with you all further, but I must pay the dutiful host and continue to greet my guests. As you say, my lady. You turn away and serve the guest you haven't yet spoken to. Let's go talk to Miss Parsons and Mr. Harper. Miss Harper stands dutifully behind Miss Parsons, who has locked the conversation with Viscount Wesley in the far corner of the room. So lucky to get past you up, or else I would never have found my lovely new fiancé. Who is it? You smirk at Miss Parsons as you approach, and she raises an eyebrow. I'm so glad you have found a more willing match, my lord. And yes, she certainly is a thrilling catch. Who is she? Tell me. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are enjoying Edgewater's hospitality. Aye, my lady. Viscount Wesley, I suppose you have forgotten that Miss Parsons turned you down. I can't wait to make the acquaintance of your new fiancé. Yes. What was that, my lady? I said I can't wait to meet your new fiancée. I'm sure she is quite beautiful. As a matter of fact, I am quite frugal. Oh my goodness. No one has ever complimented me on that before, my lady, and that is such a point of pride. You have made me feel most welcome, okay? Wonderful, my lord. Turn back to Mr. Harper and Miss Parsons, and the Viscount continues to look on, though his eyes seem to have glazed over. I have dearly missed your presence at Edgewater, Mr. Harper. It's a bit unusual to be back here after. Indeed, I'm surprised the Duke is allowing it at all. Duke Regis may be powerful, but even he cannot deny his guests the presence of their attendants. I imagine he's incensed over it. In matter of the case, I was just pleased to see the horse, and even more so to see you. I don't follow. Who is to look with Witchers? And why is he a massive horse? Should I have brought my musket? What? Don't pay me any mind. I'll keep him busy while you show everyone how accomplished a host you are. You have my eternal thanks. With that, you turn back to the rest of the room. Let's greet Mrs. Sinclair and Dowager Countess. Mrs. Sinclair stands stiffly by the Dowager Countess, clutching a glass of brandy. I saw the most lovely bouquet of flowers in town the other day. Your grandmother would have loved them. She was quite fond of a well-arranged bouquet. Perhaps that's why she was so accomplished at the test, amidst her arrangements, adoring her tables. You interrupt their polite chatter, smiling at Miss Sinclair. There you are, my dear. Lady Grandmother, Miss Sinclair, how are you two enjoying the ball? And ma'am, I'm enjoying the evening a great deal now that you are present. Your assortment of guests is unusual. Indeed, isn't it lovely to meet new people? There are too many strangers in my home, though you're the only one. No. That's a very gracious response, quite befitting a host. I imagine you do not care for it, do you, Mrs. Sinclair? I find it rather challenging. I dislike small talk, which is practically all that occurs at a ball full of new faces. True. Well, if you, late grandmother, is the spectacle to your liking. I am less than thrilled with the Duke for arranging it while consulting me. But I can find nothing wrong with his taste. On that point, we will have to disagree. Duly. Yes, save Duke Richard's own behavior. At least you seem to be dominating the ball, my dear. You spoke continually, everyone keep that up, and all will forget the Duke's flimsy claim over Edgewater. I can't see how anyone could prefer a man like the Duke over you, Lady Daria. Your confidence in me means a great deal, sir. Now leave my granddaughter to her hostly doozlies. You dip your head by way of farewell and turn to survey the ballroom once more. Last but not least, approaches Countess Henrietta, who stands near the grand piano speaking to an unfamiliar man. Countess, I wanted to personally thank each and every one of my guests for attending. How lovely, then you shall need an introduction to my companion here, Sir Gideon Payne. Sir Gideon turns around, quirking eyebrows, he surveys you. Oh, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. From what I heard about you, I was expecting more. Be nice. You offer Sir Gideon your most winning smile. Nay, the pleasure is all mine. I can see why my dear friend Duke Richards is so enamored of you. And may I say, fortune smiles on him to be betrothed to such a beauty. Countess Henrietta shoots you an approving smirk. Thank you kindly, sir. Yes, Theodore is quite the favorite at Edgewater. And may I have been looking forward to introducing myself to Duke Richard's bride. Ill. Good sir, I do hope you are finding my stay to you like I'm far more than Duke's bride. I know you and Duke are up to something. Keep being nice. It's a breath of fresh air. I've been traveling the continent. It's slow to return to the English countryside. I'm so pleased to hear it. You feel a sharp jab in your side and turn to see Countess Henrietta giving you a meaningful look. She adjusts her chin towards Sir Gideon. Sir Gideon, the Duke mentioned that you have been living in France as of late. I don't mean to pry, but is it true that you were exiled? Oh, that was all just a great misunderstanding, a small rumor that gained footing after I left. He leans towards you conspiratorially. I'm sure you're no stranger to quickly off-base rumors could find an audience among the gentry. I'm afraid none of us are. I'm really moved to France for a change of scenery. So, Sir Gideon, I wonder whether... What is this? You're interrupted by the rival Duke Richards, who scowls at you as he steps in front of his friend. Darren, since you cease your interrogation of my guest. Before you go, son, he turns to Sir Gideon. I must apologize for my fiance's matters, old chap. Allow me to make it up to you with a glass of port. As they saunter away, Countess Henrietta leans towards you. She speaks in a hushed tone. Trust me, the exile was no misunderstanding. That man is hiding something, and I won't figure out what by talking to you. Okay? Then I shall leave you to it. In any case, I have other guests to welcome. On to the next group. You continue making the rounds and finally pause at the edge of the room to catch your breath. Miss Parsons makes her way over to you and stands by your side. You have hardly had a moment's rest tonight, it seems. I cannot deny it. You can't be blamed then for not noticing. You follow Miss Parsons' gaze across the room where you notice Briar hovering at the edge of the dance floor. Her gaze flits longingly between Mr. Markhauser and Mr. Woods. I'm still team Mr. Woods. Briar, she looks so forlorn. If I had to guess, I would say that she wishes to dance. But Mr. Markhauser and Mr. Woods, no doubt. You shift your eyes from Briar to Mr. Woods and then Mr. Markhauser. You both catch both men casting brooding glances in her direction. Team Mr. Woods! I don't believe Miss Dally would act on that wish without your encouragement. I'm sure she would worry about poverty and Duke Richard's interference. She may be more amenable if you were there by her, beside her, or if we were. There would also be no question whose ball this is. Were ladies maid allowed to dance alongside the gentry, the Duke would never allow it. If you have a point, it will make Briar happy and show Duke Richards who's really in charge. This is going to cost money. I shall follow your lead wherever you decide. I at least ought to check on her. Walk over to Briar and Miss Parsons follows you on your heels. Briar, is everything alright? Yes, it's only I wish I could dance a grand ball like this, but instead, I'm stuck at the edge of the room pining over two different men. You can dance if you wish to. This is my ball, remember. I shall set the rules. But what Duke Richard sees, he would throw a fit. Don't worry about the Duke. Leave him to us. You say, but who wishes to dance with the poor lady's maid? Encourage Briar to dance with Mr. Malcast and Mr. Woods, or both, to affect relationships and get you some time with Miss Parsons. Oh my goodness. But we ain't gonna do it. Sorry, Briar. There are two I could think of, but I'm sure whether any amount of dancing will solve your true problem, Briar. You don't know what you want. Indeed, a simple dance can make your heart's compass find its north. I'm not sure whether such a public display will be a benefit until you have made up your mind. Yeah, so right there, I couldn't stand to hurt either of them in such fashion. Suddenly you hear the clink of silver and crystal. Most honored guests, it's time for a toast from your incomparable host. Talking about me? I must be the one to make that toast and draw attention away from the Duke. Brush from Miss Parsons' side to Duke Richards and plaster your most gracious smile on your face. Thank you, Your Grace, for that most favorable introduction. What, no, It is my great honor to welcome you all to Edgewater for my first ball as the confirmed heiress of the estate. My lady. Now, if you will all join me in raising our glasses. Here, here. And to Lady Daria, who shall shepherd it into a bright future. An elegant toast from an even more elegant orator. You're all far too kind. Duke Richard's bare stone you barely contain his fury. How dare you undermine me so? Oh, shut up. Try though you might, I will not allow you to ruin this evening for me. You sweep away and wade through the crowd, eager to be out of the Duke's sight. Once you are safely on the far side of the room, you find yourself standing beside Mr. Chambers. Hey, best friend. Lady Daria, you see him said. It's nothing, merely my dear fiancé doing what he does best. If it is any help, I find that dancer always lifts my spirits, and I can think of several guests of yours who will happily take a turn with you. You're asking the barroom alighting on Mrs. Sinclair, Miss Parsons, Prince Hamlet, and Mrs. Harper in turn. Well, we're gonna go with Miss Parsons, Uncles. Come here, girl. You push Miss Parsons, who stands at the edge of the ballroom, and offer your hand. Might you join me for the zones? I'll be delighted, my lady. You both glide out to the dance floor. Miss Parsons guides you a few paces, then spins you. A few other dancers eye the two of you, but you ignore them. You look in good spirits tonight, all things considered. Yes, I am determined to enjoy myself. I'm growing quite skilled at hide my tremors. Well, I am with you, aren't I? It's impossible to be in a foul mood when you are nearby. That is lucky because I feel just the same about you. Continue to dance, allowing your mind to wander as your body does the work. You almost forget about the Duke entirely until... Lady Daria, what are you doing? Shut up. Seems rather plain, doesn't it? I'm dancing. You should be dancing with your fiancée, not some woman. She ain't some woman. He practically spits the words, his eyes flickering to Miss Parsons with disdain. This woman has more character and integrity than you could ever hope for. Don't forget yourself, Lady Daria. You are mine to do as I please. What? Now get what? Why are you? Okay, we gonna fight now. This is my manner, and I won't be made present with it. I could hardly look at you right now, let alone dance with you. Thank you, Your Grace, but I must decline. Oh, I can't. I want to be so savage, but I gotta keep composed. Now, if you will excuse me, gotta keep those manners up. The Duke reaches for you, but you slip from his grasp and run towards the balcony doors, followed closely by Miss Parsons. Daria, are you alright? Duke Richards just makes me so angry. I need a moment to calm down before I do something I will regret. There, you take all the time you need. Miss Parsons tenderly rubs your back and places a soothing hand on your arm. He believes he owns me, Edgewater, and that he can take wherever he wants. He's wrong, look at that. She points to the rolling hills bathed in moonlight. That isn't his, it's yours. Being out here looking over Edgewater, it's difficult to remain upset while taking it all in. This is precisely why I like to retire out here when the ball becomes a bit much. There's something about the trees in the open sky. I no longer feel as though I might strangle the next person I encounter. I suppose that means I should go back inside. You don't have to. You could stay out here with me and play a little people-watching game I like. People-watching game? Yes, like... He looks towards the windows of the bar and points to Miss Clare, who stands alone near the grand piano. See, Mr. Clare, I bet he's ruminating on the best retort for something the Duke said to him earlier. Miss Parsons stiffens the puss out her chest, adopted a baritone effect to her voice. I'm Mrs. Sinclair, and I'm a man of honor. You, Duke Richards, are a pig of a great style. Yes, I'm quite sure Mr. Sinclair prefaced each of his assaults with an introduction. Now, I admit I'm intrigued by this game of yours. Harry and I used to sneak out and play when we could, stand no more small talk with neighboring barons. You and my brother used to sneak out of balls? I'm big enough to the Countess, of course. I could tell you about it if you like. Miss Parsons makes a show of glancing around and whispers in your ear. You and I might even find a poorly lit corner to sink into. Stay on the balcony of Miss Parsons to play her people-watcher game and for a chance to spend some alone time with her. If we are not hooking up, no. I had better not. I wouldn't want the Duke of Otome to think I run off again. Lord knows what kind of rageful frenzy he would enter. Annabelle, thank you for this respite brief, though it was. I feel a great deal calmer than when I stormed out here. You're welcome to use my little skill whenever you need it, Daria. You turn to the ball and you're immediately set upon by Duke Richards. Hey, you won't. How dare you run off like that? You owe me a dance now. No! F you. Duke takes your hand with the unnecessary firm grip and leads you to the dance floor where the band begins to play a waltz. You take up your stance and begin a lackluster dance. Why we had to do this? Look around at all these people who came to celebrate our engagement. This is the only beginning. Everyone will soon know that you and Edgewater are mine. I don't believe our guests see it that way. Yeah, we overshadowed the Duke at the ball. I have heard only of how wonderful I look and how gracious a host I have been. By all accounts, everyone agrees that I have put on quite a successful ball in my stay. Even if they believe that now, they will soon know the truth. As he speaks, Duke Richard's hand begins to drift from its proper place at the bottom of your shoulder blade, traveling down your back. Ew, get away from me. You push the Duke away from you, drawing a look from some of the nearby dancers. Do not make a scene. I don't care. You're the one who's acting improper. I will. He's interrupted by a rival of your grandmother who moves between you and Duke Richards. Your Grace, I'm shocked by the behavior I just witnessed. You would act this way as a guest in my house? My lady, this is all simple mistake. My hand merely slipped. What? That is the biggest lie. It did not. I know I saw Duke Richards. That you forced my granddaughter to dance. The demon's grip her hand. The ravenous way you regarded her. And I finally heard what Daria has been trying to tell me for some time. She will never forge such rough stores, especially when she stands to gain nothing from them. Hey, grandmother, it's about time. I want to be nice to her, though. Think nothing of it, my dear. I will not stand by and allow Duke Richards to treat my flesh and blood so poorly in my own estate. Watch your mouth, my lady, or you will find yourself without a roof above your head soon enough. You will not have Edgewater. No, the engagement is off, as it was entered to under false pretenses. Really? Really? No, there has to be some trick. I don't believe that it's this easy, honestly. Your grandmother's on your side, yes, truly. Surely Bishop Marwan will understand. It will explain the full extent of the situation. Duke Richard smiles wickedly. The bishop is the least of your concerns. Queen Charlotte has approved not just the union, but the wedding date. What dare was the damage to Edgewater's reputation, not with the monarchy at my back? He trains his veiled gaze on you. You won't want to offend the queen, would you? Duke Richard spins, facing the guests moonly about the ballroom. Attention, attention, everyone. Your grandmother steps towards you and whispers. This changes neither my opinion nor my determination to help you. Soon the din of the ballroom has faded and all eyes are on Duke. It's my great pleasure to announce that Lady Dara and I shall wed on the 29th of July. Lies! Celebrate this engagement, we shall shoot grouse in the morning. Now, everyone in attendance tonight is invited. What? You can't do this. I'm afraid you just did, my dear. Why did you stop? Yo, I'm high-key pissed. Next time, the Duke has to arrange a wedding date and with the hunting trip. With your grandmother on your side, can you come up with the plan to foil him for good? I can't believe this is happening. Even though I kind of can, I'm still pissed. Oh, God. So anyways, I'll see you guys next week in the next chapter of Desire and the Cross. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.